Today I have the keys to the 2021 Ford F350 Crew Cab. Huge shout out to Mooresville Ford for providing this truck for me today. Definitely check out their website. They are starting to get in a ton of 21 models, so definitely check them out. This model here is the King Ranch. It's finished off in white and it has an MSRP just over $85,000. Well, let's go ahead and jump into today's review by starting up underneath the hood, where you'll find the 6.7 liter Power Stroke turbo diesel V8 engine. This is paired to the 10-speed automatic transmission. It pumps out 475 horsepower, around 2,600 RPM, and 1,050 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,600 RPM. This model is also paired with the four-wheel drive system. It weighs in between 6,000 and 7,000 pounds, depending on the cab and the bed that you go with, and it has a fuel capacity up to 48 gallons. This has a wheelbase of 176 inches. Its overall length measures 266.2. It has a width of 105.9 and a height of 81 inches. With all those specs out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the exterior walk around on the 2021 Ford F350. I'm gonna start up front here with this massive grille. You can see it's finished off in chrome. We have a large Ford badge right in the center, and you can see it is the length of both of my hands there put together. There's also an integrated camera just underneath that, and then plenty of cutouts to provide maximum cooling to this engine. You'll see that it protrudes nicely into the headlight housings as well. I think that's a really unique and nice design to see. And then this does have LED headlights, turn signals, and DRLs. And then the fog lights are nicely placed down in the lower section of the bumper, which you can also see is finished off in chrome, along with the tow hooks right in the middle. And then there's also a large cutout in the lower section of the bumper, again to help improve with better aerodynamics and better airflow to this engine. And then we have a lower air dam too to help improve with that as well. And then up on the hood, you'll see Super Duty spelled out and a lot of nice contoured lines, giving this a very aggressive look from the front. Moving on to the side profile now, you'll see this has a set of 17-inch wheels. They're finished off in chrome, and of course that ties in with the rest of the chrome on this model. On the front quarter panel, you'll see the F350 badge along with the 6.7 liter Power Stroke badge in the lower section of the door. The side mirrors on this model are very large and they can extend away from the vehicle just to improve overall better visibility, especially when you're towing with a trailer. And they also feature a camera system underneath them as part of the 3D camera system, which I'll show later in this video. Up on the roof, this does have a full moonroof. Down below, this has power folding side steps, which makes it much easier to enter and exit the vehicle. And then as you can tell, this is a massive vehicle. It's very long. We have really nice fender arches over the rear wheels. Of course, being a dually, they need to cover the rear wheels. I think it has a really nice design. You can see the FX4 off-road badge as well. And then down on the side, this has the chrome dual exhaust. And finishing up in the rear, you can see the King Ranch Super Duty badge going right through the middle of the tailgate. Up on the top of that, we have the integrated backup camera, along with the parking sensors that are down in the chrome section of the bumper. This also features LED taillights, and it has a towing capacity of around 20,000 pounds for the conventional method. If you opt for the gooseneck trailer, it can tow up to around 35,000 pounds. And it has a payload capacity between 4,000 and 6,700 pounds, depending on the bed that you go with. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior on the F350 King Ranch. Before we do that though, I want to show the remote start. So I'm just going to go ahead and lock the vehicle, double tap this button underneath, and it has remote start that works first try every time, and it's very quick to do so. You can also double tap on this to shut it off if you'd like to. But now with the key in my pocket, all I have to do is walk up to the vehicle. You'll see the power folding side mirrors automatically fold out, and then of course it will unlock as well, and the side steps will retract too to make it easier to get in and out, of course. But now we can take a look at this door panel. It's finished off in brown leather and we have brown stitching. It gives it a really unique design. There's a really nice wood trim piece on the back side of the release handle. I really like the location of that. It's in a nice ergonomical position, and it gives you great access to, of course, open up the door with the grab handle just in front of that. We have all of the window controls along with the side mirror adjustments. You can also extend these side mirrors just by using that button on the front side. This also has memory seating adjustments with your lock and unlock, and it has a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. You'll also notice there's a little bit of storage space in the middle section of the door, and then a ton in the lower section of the door. It extends the entire length of the door panel. And then working our way to the door sill, you'll see the King Ranch logo. And now we can go ahead and take a look at these beautiful leather seats. You can see the King Ranch badge up top. It's also on the side of the seat. They are heated and ventilated, feature a very nice design to them along with two-tone stitching. And then of course they are automatic seats. We have all of those controls down on the side. And once inside with my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and start it up. You'll see on the left side of the gauge cluster is the tach. On the right side is the miles per hour. On the middle screen there, on the upper section, there's some fixed information like your fuel gauge and some temperatures. And then below that, we have a lot of information to go through. Right now, we are on My View, so you can configure this and look at the information you use the most, like your fuel economy, your trip information, your off-road status, and various information like that. You can scroll over to the next tab and look at more of your trip and fuel information, along with your truck information like your speedometer, your tire pressure gauge, engine information, and things like that. There's also a towing tab, so you can monitor all of that, of course, when you have a trailer hooked up. And there's even an off-road page, so you can look at your pitch and roll along with the degrees of the steering wheel, so that way you know exactly where they are pointing. And then the last one is settings. You can go in and look at your blind spot, your cross-traffic alert, along with your pre-collision. You have your cruise control. There's a lot of information that you can scroll through. And then making our way to the steering wheel, you'll see it's finished off in really nice leather along with stitching. On the left side, we have all those controls I used for the gauge cluster. Cruise control is just below that. And then over on the right side, you have volume and tuning for the radio, along with your Bluetooth and voice commands. And then making our way to the left side of the steering wheel, down at the very bottom, we have the foot emergency brake with the release just above that. You can also open up the tailgate. You can move the pedals forwards and backwards just by using this button right here. We have the headlight controls along with the bed light, the dimmer switches, and then just above that, you can also turn the lights on for the side mirrors. So at nighttime, you can have lights illuminated from both side mirrors, which is a really nice touch to see. You'll see there's one air vent with really nice trim around it. The entire dash is covered in leather. You'll see the Bang & Olufsen logo up top, along with a little bit of storage space behind that. And then right in the middle, we have the 8-inch screen. This is a touchscreen system. You can see at the bottom is basically all of the presets. So you can see audio and climate, phone, navigation, apps, and settings. And then right now, we are on the home screen. So you'll see the navigation on the left side. You have audio and phone on the right side, along with being able to adjust the heated steering wheel. We can go ahead and pull the navigation up in full screen, so that way you can take a look at that. You can go into your climate controls. You have the heated steering wheel button again. This does have a dual zone climate system, so you can sync those together or adjust them separately if you'd like to. You have where you'd like the air to go and everything like that. You can go into settings, look at your clock navigation, other information like that. It's a very easy system to go through, and there's a few buttons on the top of that screen. You'll see the exhaust brake. We have traction control along with the hazards. There's a downhill assist control along with the lane keeping assist. And then the last one is a shortcut to the camera system. So right now you can see the forward facing camera along with a top down view. If I go ahead and switch it into reverse, of course you'll see the backup camera appear with the guidelines as well. There's also a dotted line running right down the middle. So that makes it much easier to connect to a trailer. And then just by pushing this button on the top here, we can go through the different camera angles. So now we have a full screen for the rear view camera. You also have a little bit different of a view, more of a wide angle lens. You can also go to the camera to monitor the cargo area. So if you have any items there, you can look at them. And then the last one is for your trailer. So you can look from the side mirrors just to get a little bit better visibility. Making our way below that now, you'll see the 4-wheel drive indicator on the left side. Over on the right side, there's a 12 volt along with a 3-prong outlet. And then right in the middle, we have volume for the radio along with tuning. You have some other presets right in the center. And then all of your climate controls are just underneath that. You have physical buttons. So if you're not in that system in the upper screen, you can easily adjust for driver and passenger with all the controls in the middle. And then you have the heated and ventilated seat controls at the very bottom. And then just underneath that, there's a really nice wood trim piece. We can go ahead and open this up, and it reveals a wireless charging port along with a USB and USB-C port. Plenty of space for any items you'd like to place there. On the left side of that, we do have a trailer braking system along with the trailer backup. So that will help you assist in backing up a trailer, of course. Moving right to the middle here, you'll see there's a lot of storage space on the left side and then 2 cup holders on the right side. The gear selector for this vehicle is also up on the column here. So you can use that, of course, to go between your gears there. And then making our way to the center armrest, you'll see another King Ranch badge. Everything is finished off in leather and stitching. And then if we go ahead and open this up, there is a massive amount of room. You can remove this tray if you'd like to, and you can see just how deep this compartment is. There's a 12 volt on one side in the back there, and you can put any items in there that you'd like to. And then making our way to the glove boxes, you'll see the first one says Super Duty. We'll just push on this button here, and you can see there's a good amount of storage space. And then we have the regular glove box just underneath that with a split shelf design just to make it a little bit easier. And we'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats. And then as I mentioned earlier, this does have a full moonroof, so I can go ahead and use that button right in the center here to open this up. And with that all the way open, you can see it extends to the backseat passenger, so it definitely provides a lot of light. You have those controls up in the center, along with being able to open up the sunroof as well. There's a sunglass holder, and then on the back side, you can see there are 6 auxiliary switches. So if you need to hook up any items, use this as a work truck, you have a really nice location to be able to hook up anything that you need. And then the last button is used to slide open and close the rear glass. Hopping into the back seats now in the F350 King Ranch, let's start off with the amount of room that I have. At 5'10", I can almost fully extend my legs with the front seat set at my height, and I can barely touch it here. I have that much room. I have about 2 or 3 inches above my head, so you'll be really comfortable in the back seats. You can even have somebody in this middle seat here, and they will be just as comfortable. You also have heated seats on the outer 2 seats. Those controls are located right in the middle. There's also a 3-prong outlet along with a 12-volt, a USB-C port, 2 air vents, and 2 cup holders. So there's a lot of amenities for your backseat passengers, and then there's even some storage pockets behind both front seats. Right in the middle, we do have an armrest along with 2 more cup holders, and then the bottoms of these seats fold up. There's also a divider that you can use if you need to separate your items, keep them from rolling around. You can utilize that with the seats down as well, or if you want to fold that down and put in any larger items, you can do that. So it's very versatile in the back seats of the F350. And last up, we'll go ahead and talk about the rear bed and the tailgate here. This has an easy open tailgate. I'll just push the electronic button. It will automatically fold down. And you'll see this has the built-in step. This makes it very easy to enter and exit the bed so you don't have to jump up into it. And they even provide you with a nice handle just to give you some more support. You'll notice that this bed has a spray and bed liner to give it added protection. We have the option for the 5th wheel or the gooseneck, and you'll see there's a power outlet on the driver's side, along with some tie-down hooks just to safely secure any items. And then this has a very light tailgate as well. You can easily close it up with one hand. All right, so getting the 2021 Ford F350 out on the road now. This is the first time that I've driven a Super Duty dually before, and so this is a really cool opportunity to check this out. The first thing that I'll talk about is just the pure size of this truck. It is a massive truck. Coming from a mid-size truck owner here, it's not all that hard to get used to, but you can definitely tell we are running line to line here with the dually, so it's definitely a big truck, but at the same time, I've found it very easy to drive, and it's pretty maneuverable at the same time. Visibility is great. The windows are super large in here, so you really have no complaints with looking over your left or your right shoulder. The glass is pretty much right there, so it's easy to see, and you have that 360 camera system, which is going to help you in parking lot situations. It'll help you backing up. You pretty much don't need a spotter with the amount of cameras that are on this vehicle. You can even look at anything you have in the bed there just to monitor that. But now talking about what it's been like to drive, this has been a really smooth truck so far, and we are very high up. I am looking over the roofs of SUVs. This is such a high truck, but let's go ahead and give it a little bit of gas here with 1,050 pound-feet of torque and no trailer. Wow. And we're up to the speed limit just like that. If you're looking for a fast truck, I mean, this is a quick truck for the weight of it, but of course you have all that power for towing. That is what this truck is designed to do. This is a work truck, basically. You're gonna hook up large trailers and move things from job site to job site. You have plenty of power, but its purpose is built for towing. It can tow a lot of weight. And we have the 10-speed automatic there, so we have a lot of overdrive gears, which are going to help in better fuel economy. It's going to help you better with towing, so you can utilize all of those gears and get the best MPG. This is not built for MPG, it's built for tough and being able to tow whatever you possibly want. But let's go ahead and move on to the interior. With the King Ranch, you get a lot of leather, you get some really nice trim accents everywhere. I love the wood, I love the material that's around the air vents, and you can see the massive King Ranch badge right in the middle of the center armrest. And then we have the 8-inch screen right in the center, very easy to go through. Climate control buttons are nicely laid out. I really like the layout of everything, and there's a ton of storage space for your front seat passengers. You even have a ton of storage space in the back seats there. You can actually slide the top of this cup holder tray over to the left side, and now you have 4 cup holders for your front seat passengers if you have additional drinks. That is something that is very cool. So you have storage or you have cup holders. Even just coming around a turn like this at normal speed, you can feel the weight of it, of course. It's not a light truck, but just going normal speed, it's going to handle well for the purposes of this truck and what it's for. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of the 2021 Ford F350 King Ranch. Once again, massive shout out to Mooresville Ford for providing this truck for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. That will be down in the description. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button if you want to see more of our daily uploads. I'll see you guys in the next video.